Hey everybody, it is intuitive energy healer Kathy Weiss here. I am coming to you live from my reading room on the central coast of California, and I'm kind of trying to figure out what to do. The lighting is kind of funky today. It's a little gray and rainy out there. Um, yeah, so I think we're just gonna have to accept that there is not a super sweet spot for me to be sitting to get a lot of good light today. But hey, as Californians, we're going to take all the rain we can get. So we'll just accept a little bit of weird dark lighting going on and get into today's bonus message. Maybe it'll help there if I pull my hair off my face a little bit. That'll help too. So, hey everybody. Before we dive into today's message, I just wanted to show you I have this awesome book for 2019, and it is full of all kinds of different channeled messages. And what's so fascinating about it to me is I started writing them at the end of 2018, and there are messages lined up for so much of this year. We've got messages lined up all the way through August right now. And I'm sure that as time goes on, we're going to end up with messages for the whole entire year. Some of them are going to be coming at you live over here on Facebook, and some of them will end up in a written form on Instagram. So make sure you're following me over there on Instagram as well. It's lightworker_Kathy. And one more thing before we get into our bonus message today, which is really sweet and loving, and I adore it. It's on overcoming chaos addiction. And I, in my 20s, was totally addicted to chaos. My life was a big fat mess. And so this message is just so wonderful and helpful for those of you who are in a place right now where you're like, oh my God, my life is so chaotic. I can't get out of this mess. The same old crap keeps happening over and over and over. This message is 100% going to support and guide and nourish and uplift you. Okay, but before I get into it, a little bit of a promotion for January of 2019. Anyone who has an intuitive energy reading and healing session with me is getting a bonus spirit animal for the year. I had no idea that that was going to happen until I started doing some healing sessions for the year, and all of a sudden I was like, everybody needs their spirit animal. So if you book a session with me in January, just know that you are going to get a bonus card, which is your spirit animal for the year. And I did a little bit of a post about that over there on Facebook. And I did a Facebook and Instagram yesterday if you want to check out what spirit animal I got for the year and a little bit more details on how you can get your bonus spirit animal. But for now, I would really love to dive into today's bonus channeled message about overcoming chaos addiction. And like I said, in my 20s, I was super addicted to chaos and didn't even realize how addicted to chaos I was until I stepped out of it. Um, and if you don't know, my 20s were probably about 20 or so years ago. So it's been a while, and I've had a lot of opportunity to overcome and heal from that. But I still might sprinkle a little bit of my personal wisdom into the message is here from Source Energy. Um, and because it is a really long story, because I can hear some of you are like, "Ooh, we want to know a little bit more about that," as an opportunity to see that how much growth and expansion is possible. But it is kind of a big, chunky, long story, and it does encompass the first almost third of my book, Empty Buckets Overflow, which is a memoir about how yoga took me from a train wreck of a 25-year-old who was way addicted to chaos and codependency to someone who's able to sit here and have these amazing conversations with you. That book does not have a publishing date yet, but it totally will. And when it does, I will absolutely let you know when it's coming. But for now, we're going to get into the overcoming chaos addiction message. And so for those of you who are new to my bonus channeled messages, just know that, again, I wrote this a couple of weeks ago. So when I'm channeling messages, I have to write them down because I hear the information in anywhere from 1 to 4 words at a time, and it just is flowing through me. So if I don't write it down, the information is gone and out, and I don't know, floating around out there in the universe somewhere. So I do peek into my notes and read you the messages so that we get all the information that's supposed to come through. And then we'll pull an oracle card to support today's message as well. And if you're just tuning in, again, I apologize for the lighting. It's kind of a gray day outside and it's rainy and it's for some reason affecting the light in the room a little bit. So, yeah, we got some weird lighting. Just a good reminder to me, next time it's raining, I'm going to bring in some of the lighting from my husband's shop, where they do the photo shoots. They look a whole lot nicer. So thanks for being patient on that. Here we go. Overcoming chaos addiction. First of all, you need to understand what the definition of chaos is. Okay, so the definition of chaos: complete disorder and confusion, behavior so unpredictable as to appear random. Okay, and in that definition, I have the word behavior circled, unpredictable underlined, and then the word appear random. So complete disorder and confusion, behavior so unpredictable as to appear random. Whether this is your behavior or other people's behavior that is unpredictable, it has the appearance of random. But if you're someone who's addicted to chaos, I imagine you can actually look at certain patterns in your life or in the people around you to where it isn't random at all. It's actually very predictable in a certain sort of like, oh, so and so did that again, or oh crap, I'm sick again, or oh crap, I have to work late again because I can't get my work done during my work hours, or darn, I have to miss my workout because I'm too tired because I didn't go to bed on time. So you're creating an illusion that life is so random and disorderly and chaotic that it appears to be unpredictable. But here's what it says. Yet after a while, and are unsurprised and resigned to it or even sparked by it, right? These things are coming, these behaviors are coming from yourself or somewhere else, of these unpredictable situations that kind of you knew were coming. And you're just resigned to it as a way of being, or you're even sparked by it. It's like the only thing that gets you excited, or not even excited, but like engaged in life. And it's the only way for you to feel and know that you're alive, is through all of these randomly seeming situations. So there's some examples here like, ugh, I got another speeding ticket, or I got into another argument with that same person, or another accident, like not just car accident, but I mean like, physical accidents as well, or breaking thing type accidents, or another illness. Oh gosh, here I am sick again. Ugh. That kind of a thing. Okay, and so sparks fly off your body as you prepare for yet another battle of wills, desires, frustrations, and it's all your fault. We understand this need to feel alive, yet there is another way. You must invite and invoke peace, even if that means you remove yourself from all situations and people. And I get it, removing yourself from all situations and all people is difficult and can plunge you into feelings of isolation and loneliness. But from my personal example, which again, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on that story because it's a longer story, but I spent several months living alone in an apartment where pretty much what I did was I got up and I went to work. I went to the gym or a yoga class, and then I went back to that apartment by myself and didn't talk to or see anybody for months and months and months and months. Okay, I really removed myself from all people and all situations because there was chaos in so many aspects of my life, even my work life in certain aspects, to where I ended up changing jobs at the end of that year because I needed to remove myself even from that job. Okay, so the energy and vibration of chaos is strong. It takes time for it to settle, right? So when I say months and months and months, I mean it took months to get chaos out of my body. So while you wait, ask yourself, who am I without this noise, this drama, this same old shit that is no longer chaos because I know it will happen. What makes me feel alive? Who am I without the drama and the crap and the predictable, unpredictable shit that I keep bringing up into my life? Who am I without that? Don't be scared or give up if the answer is I don't know. Because when you're really caught up in chaos, you truly don't know that answer yet. And it's okay. We promise you this. The answer does reside within your heart, and it is quieter than the noise. It is so much quieter than the noise, guys. So you must get quiet and still to hear that answer. Where can you go? And what can you do to get still and quiet? And this is going to be a different answer for everyone, but it's like, how do you get quiet and still so that you can start to hear those answers that reside within your heart? Your peace is the pathway to your joy. Surrender to this truth and you will arrive at the core of your being. Your heart, and your soul, which is us, the divine light, in expression. Be a brave warrior for your own peace. No, and no one else's. For that you cannot control. Dude, hear that. So like I even just said, dude, hear that so loud. Be a brave warrior for your own peace and no one else's. This is part of chaos addiction. You are a warrior for your own peace, no one else's, because that you cannot control, nor do you have any responsibility over. And that's where sometimes you have to separate yourself out from everyone and everything for a while because it's not your responsibility. Okay? Others will learn and feel from your example. Some will draw closer and others will drift away. Allow, 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 allow. Stay curious to the effects of your peace. They are guiding you home to the heart and soul and a life that lights from the inside, glowing eternal, vast, and joy. This message is complete. We love you. Oh my gosh, you guys, I feel like I want to put that on repeat and just like read it and say it over and 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 over, and over, right? There is so much good stuff in here, but the heart of the matter is that the only antidote to chaos addiction is peace. And the only way to overcome chaos addiction is to get quiet and still so that you can start to hear the answer to the question, who am I? Which is so much quieter than the noise of chaos. And it takes a lot of courage and a lot of patience, especially when you ask the question and of yourself and the answer is I don't know who I am, which number I have so much compassion for because I went through a deliciously long phase in my own life where I did not know the answer to that question either. And so what I'm going to do is pull an oracle card to support this message. Remember, these are not fortune tellers, but what they do is help us tap in a little bit deeper to our own intuition and into the answers that already lie and reside within. And so as I pull the card and show you the image, you can just think to yourself or ask yourself, like, what does that make me think about? Or how do I feel when I see that card and hear that message? And how can that support overcoming chaos addiction? And how can that support me in my own life? So let's see what card we get here today. Oh, self-expression. And she says, regroup. Isn't she beautiful with the, oh, look, the light just changed on us. Woohoo! Isn't she gorgeous with the pretty wings? And she's, oh, I love her right now, especially because she says regroup. And when we think about stepping away from chaos and moving into inner peace, that really is a regrouping of sorts, right? So I do want to take a quick peek into the guidebook to see exactly what the message is for her. So give me 1 second to get to her correct page. Here she is. Okay, let's see what she says. We can express consciously only the parts of ourselves of which we are aware. We all have unconscious patterns that impede optimal self-expression. Chaos addiction really, really, really hampers you from being the full and best self that you are. And please don't beat yourself up if that's where you're at, because it's just an opportunity for you to recognize and to learn and to grow. And I promise you, there is light at the end of that tunnel only, and I can only tell you that from personal experience. These are usually based on our fear of what others will think, say, or do if we become all of who we really are. We fear that if we become more of who we really are, we'll lose some of our relationships. And we will. And I promise you, the relationships that you're going to lose are probably the ones that invoke the chaos in you. And by losing those relationships, you're able to live your more peaceful, joyful life. Let's see, for a while, we may feel like it's too lonely to grow. Oh my gosh, is that just totally like confirming what I said about like you might feel isolated and lonely for a bit? And you're going to feel like that's not worth it, but have faith. The law of attraction will always bring you what you most need and want. It is far better to express yourself fully and learn how to be alone for a little while than to become ill from stagnation with others who are also stuck, or again, others who are invoking that chaos response from within you. Acknowledge the consequences of failing to express who and what you truly are, and that true self-expression is based on self-examination, integrity, and a willingness to change. Oh man, does that totally, totally support everything in the message. This quite possibly could be my favorite bonus channeled message that we've had. And again, sorry for the dorky light. That, life is just like that sometimes, but it doesn't invalidate the delicious, loving, supportive messages that are coming through for you guys today. Be willing to get quiet and still. Be willing to be alone and be willing to, again, be quiet and still so that you can start to answer the question, who am I? Without the drama and the BS and the noise. And I swear to you, the answer is in there, and it's probably more wonderful and exciting and amazing than you've ever imagined. If you have trouble with that, please reach out to me and I can guide you through that process and help get you to the other side. Know that sometimes change and transformation takes time, and this regrouping process can take time. It usually takes a handful of months, but here's the thing, in 6 or 12 months, you can be exactly where you are right now, living in a big pile of chaotic BS that you are miserable in. Or in 6 to 12 months from now, you could be living in a place that is peaceful, joyful, vibrant, and full of life, glowing straight from your heart. Holy fuck, you guys. It's amazing. And I totally want to get you there, and I can totally support you there if you need it. And if you're good on your own, I love you, and I'm so thrilled and happy for you. I'm going to be back on Monday with another live intuitive energy reading. But guys, I am just like in this place of like super like joyful bliss that I did this message for you because it is so powerful. We'll find out what happens because of it. I end up translating the whole thing or something and writing it down so you can read it, or I don't know. Y'all let me know in the questions or comments if it was good the way it was, or if you want more, or I'm just this was so good today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you to pieces, and I will see you again very, very soon. Namaste. Bye. I love you.